This is the muscle no one talks about when it comes to shoulder pain. I'm giving you my top 5 favorite exercises for your serratus anterior to strengthen your shoulder, prevent injury, and reduce pain. This muscle is a key muscle that's located on the side of your rib cage, and it spans from the upper ribs all the way to the shoulder blade. This muscle is our main protractor of our shoulder blade. So it's your boxer's muscle is what we call it. It's going to protract and push that shoulder outwards. We have a lot of motions where we're requiring that serratus anterior, like having to push open a door or any type of reaction force back at that shoulder. So it's important to keep that muscle strong. When raising your arm up overhead, that serratus anterior works with something called your scapular force couple. That's going to be your upper traps with your lower traps and that serratus anterior. They work together in a triangle uniformation to allow that shoulder to come up and prevent impingement. It also anchors that scapula to the rib cage and preventing from what we call winging, where that shoulder blade likes to poke outwards. Most people who have desk jobs might experience this only on one side, where they see that shoulder blade actually sticking out and posteriorly protruding. And this can lead to a shoulder stabilization issue. While this might be a small nagging pain right now, this can evolve into something bigger, such as a rotator cuff tear or shoulder impingement, and even lead you to something like surgery, which is not what we want. All right, let's head to the gym, and I'm gonna show you guys how to do those favorite exercises. What's going on, guys? We're back at the gym. I know you guys probably see a lot of these exercises on my Instagram already. We're gonna go into more detail on the specifics with these ones, so let's get into it. For this first exercise, it's called a serratus slide. This one's really good for that mind muscle connection and our engagement to that serratus anterior. You're gonna place a foam roll on the wall, and you're gonna have your wrist right underneath there where you have your thumbs popped up and facing you. From there, you're gonna drive those elbows, already engaging and protracting those shoulder blades into the wall. Drive those elbows in, push into that wall as you bring that foam roller up to the ceiling, and then come back down. For a progression of this exercise, we're gonna utilize it with a box. So same kind of concept applies. We're gonna be in a plank position. So your wrists are gonna be on there as we come back, and we're just driving those elbows now to the ground as we roll that roller back and forth. Keeping those elbows driven in the whole time is what I want you to think about. For the extreme advanced version, now we're gonna be in a plank position, but we're on the ground. So having those on our wrists, we're thinking about driving away from the ground the entire time. We don't wanna sink into those shoulders. We wanna push our face away from the ground in that plank, and we're just pulsing back and forth while we push away from the ground and utilize those serratus. For our second exercise, it's going to be a scapular push-up. It's one of my favorite exercises because it's one of the only ones that we're in contact with the ground. So getting onto the ground like in a push-up position, all we're thinking about doing is we're keeping our elbows locked out, and we're just sinking our shoulder blades together. We're retracting them together, and we're pushing away and trying to round our mid back as far as we can. Then sink it together again, driving and pushing away from the ground while you let that head come with you too. You don't want to leave the head out here, so drive that head out back with you and just back and forth. We all have asymmetries, right versus left, or a stronger or dominant side. So I also like to do single arm. So same kind of concept applies in a plank position. I like to feel where that serratus sits, and it sits right below those ribs. Same thing, just sinking that shoulder blade down, driving away from the ground. If these are too hard for you, you can modify that and do that onto your knees before you progress and bring that back into a plank position. For our third exercise, it's gonna be utilizing a cable. You wanna set this at about shoulder height. The opposite leg is gonna take a step out front. This arm is gonna push forward. From there, we're doing just like we did on those scapular push-ups and all serratus exercises. We're just retracting that shoulder as we keep that elbow locked and pushing away and driving forward. On this one, you wanna really make sure it's just your shoulder and you're not letting your entire body rotate, and we're not getting thoracic spine involved. We wanna strictly keep that to that serratus anterior. For a progressed variation of these, and also incorporate just a little bit more inter-rotation strength of that rotator cuff. Inter-rotation, but now what we do is pivot off this back foot and we rotate and press with that serratus. This is a phenomenal compound exercise to really add into your warm-ups, to really fire up that rotator cuff, get that serratus work in before maybe like a chest press or something like that. Another really good one are J scoops. So what you're gonna do is having a dumbbell, you're gonna lay on your back. The goal here is to kind of shift your body a little bit to the side so we can have that shoulder blade free and moving, and we're not stuck by the bench. So these ones are called J scoops for a reason. So you want to think about with these ones, you're almost dropping that shoulder like the beginning of a J, drop that shoulder, then scoop up into the air. Bring it back down. It's a little bit more of a circular motion than anything, but you're just thinking about dropping that lat, push up to the ceiling with that serratus. Another variation you can add to this is having a stability ball. This is gonna challenge that shoulder stability just a little bit more. Same concept applies. We're dropping, drop that shoulder, push up to the ceiling. So for our last exercise, it's really just incorporating up, down, and challenging the variations of them. So with up, downs, all they are is, yes, it's a tricep, it's also a chest exercise, but you're really thinking about driving away from the floor the entire time. So replacing where your hand is, you're dropping your elbow down and shifting sides while you don't let your entire spine and body shift. So keep the abdominals tight as you just replace where your hand was with your elbow and back and forth. You're trying to drive away from the ground. You're not trying to sink your shoulders down like this. So keep your body away the entire time. You can also add this to a box, coming up to that while you drive away, keeping that serratus isometrically engaged. You can also do where now maybe you do it to the side. So you go down to the side, back up, drive away from that body, get that serratus involved. So it's simple things that you can just add into any of your workouts or within the superset just to challenge that serratus anterior just a little bit more. Another thing you could add to challenge your stability is use a Bosu ball. Same concept applies. You're dropping your hands down to where your elbows were at, and you're just challenging the control of that serratus anterior while we move our body. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you like these videos, specifically about the shoulder, be sure to like, comment, subscribe. That lets me know you guys want to see these videos, you want to see more of them, and I'll get that content out to you guys. So I'll see you guys on the next video. Take 5 already. I didn't even have caffeine. Does that make sense? No pure air for you. I'm just over here like la la la. Pay my dues to you guys. Okay. We'll say like I'll check you on, catch you on the next one. I don't know.